Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 vs 1 on Langres. Yes, indeed, I know there haven't been some 2 vs 2s in some time, but again, I've been simply busy, and well, some of the 2 vs 2s I have been looking at haven't been very good. But of course, I shall keep searching. But remember, currently there are exams, so things are a bit pressured for me. I do believe we've also reached 2100 subscribers, which is amazing, but again, second cast will have to wait, or double cast, or whatever, will have to wait till after the exam period. I have to sort of keep priorities straight on that bit. Fighting those shall be in the northern part. Urukhaiwontstop, fighting for the Americans. A bit peculiar, I suppose. Fighting for the 3rd Infantry Division. Opposing him shall be IneedCoH2. Clearly a dedicated fellow. Nice to see that. Fighting for the Wehrmacht. And he shall be fighting for the, I don't know, let's just say 17th SS Panzergrenadier Division Götz von Bellingingen. Huzzah! Points being secured. Bit of a peculiar capping order, in fact, or order of capture for Mr. IneedCoH2. Going straight for this point, then the munitions, and he hasn't even bothered connecting, though clearly the Volkskanzler to do that. He's probably hoping to sort of reinforce him with another squad and then push them out against the Americans, whereas Mr. Urukhaiwontstop is in fact going for a 3-engineer start. So quite interesting. We are definitely seeing some, and I should also note at least IneedCoH2 is apparently a high-ranking player, pretty expert one in fact. Not sure about Mr. Urukhai, but of course since he's fighting this fellow, I'm going to wager he's also a pretty tough bagger as well. But Volkskanzler ready. Squad of MG team on the way, and again look forward to next week for any sort of company with 2 news. I imagine with E3, I imagine we will be getting some more lovely tasty bits. Then we go Schweres MG42 getting ready. Moving up here in the west. Americans pushing on, finally getting some riflemen of their own. Again, sort of you go for the 3-engineer start, you will be delaying sort of the time until you get your 1st infantry unit. On the other hand, you might be getting a lot more territory in comparison to your opponent. Pioneers quickly securing this structure, allowing the MG to take up position first. Engineers getting hunted down by the Volksgrenadiere. Ever keen on getting some Yankees. In the meanwhile, the Americans are sneaking in, heading from the west. No, they... Come on, decide. What do you want to do? There we go, going for a munitions point after having sort of run back and forth. Like if they can't decide if they need to go to the bathroom first. Engineers are suffering a pretty nasty fate as the MG42 guns them down. And lighter skirmishing going on here between some pioneers and engineers in the center though. Some pioneers are getting rushed by riflemen while the Volkskanzler are retreating. Definitely a lot going on right here in this game on all flanks and all sides. Who shall make it into the structure first? Into the building, to the house. Looks like, oh dear, the rifleman made it into it first somehow. Bullet past the Volkskanzler. Despite the Volkskanzler getting to it first. Nasty that, and this results in the Volkskanzler getting forced away, taking some losses to the riflemen. Engineers getting pushed away there. MG42 turning him out. Additional Volksgrenadier squad ready, and looks like he might be getting a sniper. No, he's getting additional Volksgrenadiers. The 17th pushing onwards with a pretty aggressive start with 3 Volksgrenadiers. Mehr Infanterie standing ready to take the fight to the armies. Whereas Mr. Urukhaiwontstop is actually securing a large part of the map pretty swiftly. Although so far not a lot of riflemen, in fact. He only has 2 squads. 2 squads of riflemen, and now he's going for the weapon support center. That's definitely very interesting. That's definitely very different. Pushing on here, rifle might be get pushed out. In fact, oh dear, they're getting burned alive. Getting toasted, barbecued, turned into a crisp. As the Wehrmacht pushes onwards with the Flammenwerfer. And further offensive moves. Vorwärtsmen now. But the Americans are clearly holding most of the map. In fact, might even be holding most of the victory points very soon. Putting the drain on the Wehrmacht on the 17th. Panzergrenadier Division, the only Panzergrenadier division to really fight on the Western Front for quite some time. And meanwhile, the weapon support center is flashing up. I imagine we'll be seeing a sniper anytime soon. But again, pretty different start. Not a lot of infantry, and then he's pretty quick to get snipers. Again, it's not really something I very often see. But of course, it might just work. In the meanwhile, we are seeing another MG coming out. So 3 Volksgunners, 2 MGs. Not an unusual start at the same time, setting up a bunker. I imagine this could be set up to be a medic bunker. Just sort of keep attrition down amongst the Wehrmacht troops. Engineers sneak up west. Riflemen still holding in this position, and you can't just quite move in, and then you'll get quite nicely exposed. So that's definitely to the advantage of the riflemen inside. Look, we are seeing a small excursion towards the east, and looks like a sniper is ready now for Urukhaiwontstop. What shall be his next unit? Will he be sniping anyone? Shooting anyone? And meanwhile, we are seeing the skirmish phase on the way for IneedCoH2 on the 17th. And there we go, heading up the flank. Minesweepers covering the building. Flamethrowers moving in. MG suddenly finding himself unflanked. Pioneer squad down. Pioneer down. MG getting sniped. Pioneer squad number 2 could be going down. In fact, several Pioneer squads just went down for IneedCoH2. Troops getting killed. MG's firing a flanking attempt here, but clearly IneedCoH2 managed to outdo that. Rifleman squad, though, taking heavy fire from all of these Volksgunners, at least those that remain. Looks like he will making it out there. Sniper continues firing away. 3 kills. Engineers need to evacuate the premises. But again, heavy losses to IneedCoH2. MG took some heavy losses. 2 Volksgunner squads are pretty depleted. We are seeing defensive, but at the same time, 2 Pioneer squads have also been murdered. And we are now seeing bikes coming out, apparently figuring he wants to do this the old another way, rather than just getting a counter sniper. He's actually getting a bike. And we are seeing a Goliath coming out for IneedCoH2, a 7-minute Goliath. That's pretty rare as well. I don't really think I've seen that before, but clearly he's going for it. He's going to blow up some Yankees in quite the explosive and direct manner. In the meanwhile, Urukhaiwontstop has gotten himself a 2nd sniper. That's pretty nasty. But again, not really an infantry heavy start, but still he could do some damage, I imagine. Although he's lost 2 of his engineer squads, that's great. But pushing forwards once more. Bike slightly moving away. And there we go, the riflemen are quickly opened up on by the MG42, but snipers, oh dear. Once MG gun already down. And the Goliath moves up. Could he be getting a sniper? Could it? Oh, so very close. But the snipers can outrun it. Now the Goliath moves in against the rifleman who are suppressed. And we do see an attempt at a sticky bomb, but didn't really do much. Just blew up on his own. Still, that was pretty nasty. Down to only 6 riflemen out of 12. That's a pretty nice rate of destruction. Volksgunners continue up on the western flank, but there's not really going to be much snipers to bother them. Well, that really did not go well for Urukhaiwontstop. Let's just beat this a bit. This is going to be a pretty long game. And meanwhile, we're seeing the Americans sort of getting ready once more. Not a lot else, just snipers, riflemen, and some engineers. You might want to sort of consider branching out. He does also have the sticky bombs, of course, to the rifleman. 2nd bike ready. He's getting 2 bikes. I mean, again, it's a pretty heavy start. We're not really seeing a lot of resource others being expended by Urukhaiwontstop. One would almost imagine he's floating a bit of manpower. He might be hunting for something. Volksgunners getting attacked. Snipers pulling up. And 2 Volksgunners immediately down. Riflemen pushing on. Of course, the bikes doing what they can to sort of stop engineers. And, of course, keep an eye out for snipers. But, again, quite extraordinary. Certainly not what I'm used to seeing. Quite a bit of manpower. Looks like we are seeing a Kampfkraft send up for IneedCoH2. In fact, it's time to have a look at the Urukhaiwontstop, who's not floating resources. In fact, getting a 3rd sniper. My goodness. At the same time, note, I mean, he's not really holding as much territory now as now. You know, the 17th are getting back. The Wehrmacht is returning with all its smart, and certainly those snipers are making, or bikes are making it a bit hard for the snipers. With themselves need an infantry to sort of push on. We are seeing strafing runs and air reconnaissance. That could prove to be a bit of a problem for the Wehrmacht. And a strafing run, I imagine, right up there. Doing quite a bit of damage. Suppressing and pinning quite a few. Now the bike hoping to sit in. Yeah, there we go. Snipers getting discovered. Riflemen moving in. Of course, be careful. There are sticky bombs abound. And medics quickly move on to the scene to aid. Once more the riflemen move in. Again out negative cover. And once more the bikes fire away with their small MGs mounted on the sidecar. Although might be an idea to get that second bike firing as well. Riflemen continuing into a lot of machine gun fire, in fact. Quite interesting, quite interesting. And looks like we are finally seeing a supply add up for Urukhaiwontstop. Looks like we will be seeing another push right down the south. 2 rifleman squads and 2 snipers. Could be nasty if executed properly, to put it mildly. And in the meanwhile, up in the north, we are seeing some more engineers sneaking about. Sneaky little fellows.
Observation posts report we are losing a sector.
But not much else really going on. It's a bit of a quiet zone, so let's just speed up again. Engineer Pioneer sniped, going in for the cutoff point once more. Bike moving about, again hoping to catch some of those damn snipers. And we're seeing another Goliath. Really missed. IneedCoH2 does seem to like his Goliaths quite a bit. Quite interesting to watch. Of course, it could be nasty and, for example, blow up a hole right here and thus be able to sort of waltz right into the opponent's base without the MG bunkers or nest really being able to interfere. Although this one could still actually do quite a bit. This is actually putting rather largely in towards the rest of the base as well. Plus American bunkers or nests actually have quite a wider arc of fire compared to a German MG bunker. Little fun fact there. And 3 bikes, that's almost a biker gang he's got going there. And we are looks like we are watching a full retreat, but definitely not very often seeing 3 bikes out from opponent, even 2 or 2 Schwimmwagens. But clearly one in this case, and we're now also seeing a tank depot up for Urukhaiwontstop. We might be seeing some tank destroyers that could, or a Sherman, which could prove to be a bit of a problem for IneedCoH2. Himself is going now for the Krieg barracks. And it looks like we are going to be seeing quite the punch. 3 snipers, 2 riflemen and 2 engineers. He's in fact gathering up all his forces to attack. And there's only 1 full scale squad and 2 bikes to really hold the line. But there we go, 2 and 3 in fact down.
Krauts are grabbing our territory.
And we're seeing a bit of a small retreat back towards safer lines. Bikes sort of acting as a rear guard, firing off small bursts of machine gun fire as the Americans force their way towards the munitions point in the hopes to salvage it, I suppose. And of course denied to the Krauts. Ooh, Goliath got a few riflemen, but not actually a lot, and certainly no snipers. We're seeing well moved, and we're seeing a strafing run. Oh my goodness! 1 full scale squad and 2 bikes went down to 1 strafing run. That was absolutely amazing. I mean, the carnage, absolutely a blow to the 17th SS. They were clearly not prepared for this one. And will the medics be able to save them? They are running in there, but will they be gunned down mercilessly by the Urukhai? But ow! That was actually quite a bit of manpower that went down the drain right there. We are seeing anti-tank guns pulling up. Another Goliath ready, and the last bike standing is clearly also a bit more nervous now. And I do believe we're seeing tank destroyers. In fact, we're seeing Hellcats the most thinly armored of the American tank destroyers. Though it was also the fastest. So definitely something there, but there we go, getting hammered by the pack.
They're asking for drop coordinates.
Other snipers nearby and could be decrewing the pack as well. Goliath sneaking up. Has seen where the Hellcat is. Oh, Goliath moves up. Oh, they detonated just a bit too late. He could perhaps have gotten a sniper, but no. Instead, it took the Hellcat with it to its grave. Looks like we're seeing another pack moving up. Another Panzerabwehrkanone. Clearly, this was a bit of a setback, though. He lost one Hellcat. Now naught but a burnt crisp. A bit quiet again as both players are sort of gorging up things. Reconnaissance run, and oh dear, packs get cleared out. MG force away. The 3 snipers really proving to be a menace to the Wehrmacht. And the Panzer Grenadiers were now once more pushing onwards. Volkswagen is leading the way. And we're seeing a half-track of all things. Not manned though. What is he doing? Could he be upgrading to a flamethrower half-track? That, I suppose, could be an option. And Hellcat misses heroically with its ambush shot. Hellcat continues right into the mess. What happens? What happens? Another hit, and there we go. Flamethrowers ready. Snipers get into the building. One rifleman catches on fire. That's all the damage this half-track does. It managed to burn one Yankee. Perhaps not the most efficient use of a flamethrower half-track. Just maybe. Oh, the Pioneer Squad went down to the Hellcat. But the Wehrmacht is not giving up. Pushing onwards for the fatherland. Jolly good, jolly good. And clearly now the Americans are once more a bit imperiled, lacking a lot of territory. And the Wehrmacht a bit awfully clumped around their defensive point right here. One strafing run could actually do an awful lot of damage. But looks like we are seeing the wheels of the 3rd Infantry Division getting into movement. What could they be planning? Who knows? Well, by me, but I'm not going to tell because that would be less fun. It's certainly a bit quiet again. I imagine both players are sort of figuring out what to do. Grenadiers have actually been reformed from the bunk. Oh dear, nice there. And there, of course, note how quickly, I mean, he scatters, he ensures that it can't just be easily one strafing run, you know, and then he's lost a lot. So that's a nice move. Rather than getting hit here, heavy damage from the MG42. Volkswagen's running in for the fatherland, shooting away madly, gaining a few yanks. But in the meanwhile, in the center, we are seeing a larger push here. The 3 snipers moving up, but they can't quite seem to catch anyone. The Germans seem to have been getting a bit cleverer. And they're not trying to present themselves as easy sniper targets. It even looks like he's got himself a sniper of his own. But of course, remember, with all these reconnaissance runs, it can be very difficult for him, as he can, of course, just get decloaked with one reconnaissance run, and then he's in a bit of trouble there. It looks like another tank destroyer. He's even going for an observation push right there on this munitions point. He's clearly hoping to get the greatest advantage out of his airborne, and of course for that he needs lots and lots and lots of munitions. And more specifically, and this sort of actually represents requisition granted by headquarters, of course, he needs munitions requisition. 3 tank destroyers moving in. Hammering away at the Wehrmacht quarters. Only packs are there, and of course the packs could risk getting sniped. Whatever shall IneedCoH2 do? What shall the 17th Panzergrenadiers do? Who have somehow managed to secure themselves a hard track, I suppose. Not impossible to happen. Wehrmacht quarters going down in a blaze of glory. Machine guns on top of all the Wehrmacht buildings, firing away ineffectually. trying to stop the dreaded Hellcats. But they can't seem to get any much luck there. Well, it looks like a pack hit did manage to do quite some damage to one of the Hellcats. One of the tank destroyers, and let's return to the Wehrmacht. Sniper moving in. Half-track pushing forward. Volkswagen is manning the guns. But definitely his base is under a lot of pressure. And now he's going to lose that Krieg barracks. This is definitely not looking good. Half-track continues. Riflemen taking heavy losses. And there we go. The Krieg barracks is gone. Now there's only the headquarters and a few bunkers left.
Our base is under attack.
Whatever shall IneedCoH2 do? Ooh, damaged engine on the half-track. For the fatherland goes up. Desperately trying to hold whatever is left. While his base is getting absolutely shattered. Looks like the pack was able to sneak out and get one of the Hellcats. Hooray, but of course another one just arrives at the same time. The 3rd Infantry Division having pulled off a rather bold raid on the 17th SS. Definitely not something you see very often. Anti-tank gun coming under heavy fire. Snipers moving up from both sides. Another armor car goes... another Hellcat goes down. Bike moves in. But goes down. Oh, sniper reveals himself and gets sniped. Oh, dear. And he didn't get one of the snipers himself. What a miss. Oh, bloody hell. And looks like there's not much left to do. He's in fact now going for a forward barracks right there to, of course, continuous infantry capacity, because I'm pretty sure he's convinced his base is not going to make it. And of course, he needs to be able to continue making troops. Oh, the pack are cleared out in seconds. In fact, both packs are gone. There is absolutely no anti-tank capabilities anymore in the hands of IneedCoH2. And thankfully, he does have these two things. Otherwise, he would risk losing the game as soon as his final bunker and headquarters went down. But Hellcats are moving in, opening up on this Reich headquarters. Urukhaiwontstop definitely not stopping. But looks like IneedCoH2 has one sleeve up his ace, a flak 36. Ready to stop any allied armor. Dead in its tracks. Oh yes! Another strafing run, stopping the pioneers. The Volkswagen is right there, killing 3. Oh dear. Let's just speed this up a bit. The headquarters does have a lot of health. Not a lot else going on from the Americans, but there we go. Small skirmish right there in the north. Whoops, too slow. Volkswagen is taking fire from all sides. And there we go. Headquarters is down. Access to all of his command doctrinal abilities will be lost. In fact, there we go. He has no access to it anymore. A Volkswagen squad down. Oh dear. He's down to what the bunker can provide, and of course, what else now his little Schwerpunkt right here in the center can do. He's pretty much lost everything else. The base is not really a viable place to fight, as you might sort of casually have noticed. It's a ruin. So all he has left is his medic bunker, his forward barracks, and whatever assistance the flak can provide. But of course, that's also going to be the problem for Urukhai. He needs to knock out this flak, otherwise he's going to be in a bit of a problem himself as he tries to deal with this final remnant, this final pocket of the 17th Panzer Grenadiers. Moving up a small assault here, clearly trying to get some what the Americans are doing here. Snipers continue to do heavy damage. With quite a few kills in between themselves. About 35. Which is definitely not good. For the Wehrmacht that is. For the Americans that's pretty damn great. So the Wehrmacht is in what you'd call trouble, surrounded on all sides. No sort of base really, except one forward barracks. And flaps being a bit silly. And he has to contend with hordes of tank destroyers and snipers roaming about. In fact, looks like Urukhaiwontstop is getting a 4th bloody sniper. Though I'm not entirely sure that is what he should be getting. Although it's definitely going to be nasty. I mean, 4 snipers can essentially clear out 1 grenadier squad in one go. And looks like he's actually calling in some heavy machine guns to make it even harder for the Wehrmacht to move in. Oh, yeah, he's trying to get out of retreat. Could it be he's doing it for reconnaissance purposes, you know, retreating right through the enemy lines? And of course now there's a slight problem. Someone, yes, indeed, strafing run. Oh my goodness. Flak tries to knock it out, but it's simply not enough. And meanwhile, we are seeing a lot of dead Wehrmacht troops, although of course it's something the medics can actually work with. Rifle moving in, getting stopped by the MG, and there we go. Sometimes retreating is for recon. We are seeing the pioneers actually went down. Although now we can call in reinforcements. Though he needs first to deal with all those Americans hiding in the ruins of his base. Otherwise it's going to be a bit difficult. Looks like he's getting ready. Grenadiers, Volksgrenadiers all lining up for the one great assault. And he's barely getting any manpower as well. Note, he's only getting 100 manpower at the moment. Definitely not good at all.
Hey, new guy. Hope you have your shit together.
And looks like another Grenadier squad was reformed from all the wounded from that nasty airstrike. Doesn't look like he's getting any Panzer Shreks though. Though he is quickly recruiting one of the anti-tank guns, getting ready. The assault will soon commence for the fatherland. Or will it? There we go. The assault is beginning. And he's calling in the groups, getting some reinforcements, some pioneers. An officer and a Volksgrenadier squad. 1 pioneer goes down, but now the assault has commenced. Pack fires up, gets sniped. But now they're moving in. They know what their targets are. They need to clear out the snipers. And there we go. A horde strafing run gets some, but it's clearly not enough. Only kills a pioneer, in fact. And oh, sniper gets killed by the Goliath. Forced retreat through the German lines as another sniper goes down. This is definitely what IneedCoH2 needs. He needs to kill those damn bastard snipers. And meanwhile, the Americans' defensive efforts down here have been halted. His Hellcats are now exposed to heavy anti-tank gun fire. The officer, the lieutenant, is ready as well to lead. This is definitely a huge problem right now for Urukhaiwontstop. Tank destroyers getting hammered. Snipers, well, highly limited now, in fact, down to 2. Having had 4. That's actually quite a blow. And also shows you don't be putting all your resources into snipers. You know you need infantry. And that's currently what Urukhai has always been, well, missing. He's never had a lot. Tank destroyers trying to get away. Of course, they could be running into the Flak 88. Frap. Back to the match, but I mean, using the officer to quickly take points. Of course, the officer is a pretty fast unit at doing that. Another Hellcat has gone down. Second Hellcat could in fact be going down as well, or the last Hellcat, in fact. No, looks like it escapes the wrath of the Flak 36. Packs moving out, recruit. Headquarters getting repaired as quickly as possible. Troops getting sniped, though. Flak, in fact, has been cleared out, but Volksgrenadiers are quickly ready to take over the job. But quickly getting replacement snipers. Again, no infantry, no Shermans. No mortars to mortar the Flak or smoke it, even. While the officer continues testing. But oh, the Hellcat thought it was out of the line of sight, but no. The Flak got its prey. So definitely a nice move there. Some heavy machine gun fire plus suddenly setting up right there in front of all the Wehrmacht troops. Not entirely sure. I'm convinced that's the best. Oh, strafing run. Strafing. Oh my goodness. Cleared out a Grenadier squad. And almost several of the Volksgrenadiers. In fact, he's been training more Volksgrenadiers. Oh, the MG got cleared out. Medics moving in. But oh dear, other Grenadiers are getting sniped. MG clearing out the observation post right there. But oh dear, definitely heavy losses. And once more, 4 snipers. Absolutely madness. But this is definitely not your regular game. Trying again. Looks like Goliath didn't really do much there. Heavy fire against this little structure with the heavy machine gun hiding. Will he get out? Doesn't really look like it though. Oh well, he tried, but it was a wee bit too late as the building was utterly shattered by heavy German fire. And looks like IneedCoH2 has managed to stage one quite large comeback. Oh dear, the pack's hitting its own anti-flak. Snipers though advancing. Germans are massing for an assault, trying to brave the sniper horde. And again, I do hope we won't be seeing this in IneedCoH2 again, what with true sight. And a strafing run stops the German infantry from advancing. Another squad vanishes into bloody mist. And the MG42 went down. My goodness. But he does not give up. Let's ignore that spinning German. But I mean, 5 snipers? But again, also note, he barely has anything left. I mean, snipers are a huge drain. And I mean, if he'd probably gotten enough riflemen with BARs, he could probably have done much more against all of these grenadiers and whatnot, since they don't have any veterans either. Or well, barely any. But he's so utterly stuck up on snipers. I mean, I feel he's gotten into a bit of a rut, and he's also getting a lot of tank destroyers. I mean, 2 snipers with then 3 rifle squads, besides the one first, might actually do more, in particular with the riflemen, BARs and grenades, rather than what he currently has. But that medic bunker is definitely paying itself off in the fight against all these strafing runs and snipers, really ensuring that IneedCoH2 doesn't quite as quickly get drained out. Tank destroyer moving forwards. And there we go, firing madly into the crowd of Germans advancing. And Goliath, oh dear, he lost 2 snipers. 2 snipers went down to the Goliath again. Tank destroyers right in the middle of everything. Flak gets recruited by the Volksgrenadiers again. Call out, that was lame. Well, not as lame as you spamming 5 snipers. Or how about you stop complaining and be a real man? And another tank destroyer goes out of control, although the flak has been heavily damaged. Still, the Wehrmacht is holding on a bit better now. Pack moving in, trying to catch that other Hellcat and show it what true hell means. Oh, quit whining. And again, when you spam that many snipers, you shouldn't begin to complain about balance. Particularly when you didn't bother with any proper infantry movements. And again, he's getting more snipers. I think he's actually been utterly caught in a rut. He seems to not entirely know what to do except get more snipers. Yeah, not say like get some riflemen, get some airborne, get some grenades, get some BARs. Or a mortar. I mean, all those snipers was great, you know, when the effect lasted. But now, I mean, it's pretty much gone. And IneedCoH2 has adapted and is now rather turning up things against the Americans. So clearly what Urukhaiwontstop needs to do is stop just doing the exact same thing over and over again. He needs to adapt, he needs to change tactics and strategy. Instead, he's feeding into what essentially works out to the favor of IneedCoH2. And of course that obviously just keeps taking points, also making things a bit more of an pain in the arse for Urukhai. And another Hellcat went down. Strafing run moving in. Pack getting cleared out. Packs in fact getting cleared out. We're still not seeing an attempt at, for example, Shermans or Crocodiles. That could actually help a bit, I think. Certainly better against the infantry than the Hellcat. Snipers once more getting forced on the run. But note how little it actually takes to sort of actually force them off the field. Once they're exposed, I mean, they can't do much. Oh, Grenadier Squad went down. Medics moving in, but not looking too great, and quickly recruiting as many guns as possible. Bit of an expensive recruiting since he actually used Grenadiers for that. And the MG42 quickly opens up on these riflemen. Veteran 2, in fact. Quite interesting. But larger parts of a map are getting lost to the forces of the 17th SS, who have returned with a vengeance. Now again, we are seeing the sort of swarm of snipers moving forward. Looks like we have seen some replacement riflemen. MG cleared out, and we are seeing a registered artillery. The Americans do pull out in time. Nothing really hits the snipers. Oh dear, he actually set off one of his own Goliaths, I think, with the registered artillery. That was a bit unfortunate. Put mildly. Looks like he's finally getting some bloody infantry, although I think it might be a wee bit too late. Hellcat moving in. And again, lots of complaints, but no actual solution. I mean, you have to be careful about sort of getting into this mindset, as then you sort of only complain, but you never really sort of begin, well, what could I... Whoops, headset went off there. I got a bit too active, but what could I be doing instead of what is happening? I mean, yes, you're running into problems again. That's because you sort of got stuck in a rut. I mean, there's still plenty of things to do. You still had quite an advantage. You still did a lot of damage. I mean, change tactics, change approach. Do more with your riflemen. I mean, you've been pretty too slow to deal with that. I mean, you've done heavy damage to the infantry. Still, you're complaining. I mean, come on. Not my fault that you held most of the map, but never prepared for the potential idea that the opponent might actually make a comeback. Which is only a bit rare, but I mean, it can still happen. I mean, there were no mines, no barbed wire, no tank traps, no sandbags, or anything that could really have helped against a German counterattack. And now he's holding most of the map. In fact, now he's going for the Panzer Command. The 2nd Panzer Division has decided to support the 17th with some Panzers. That's going to be great. And now he's actually getting BAR, so finally we're seeing a bit more evolution of the game. Although again, a medic station will also help Urukhai. Pushing heavily towards the west. Goliaths moving towards the west. So definitely we are seeing a bit of change in the fighting again, of sort of pace, what's going on, which is definitely what we'd like to see, as otherwise this would get a bit boring. Packs are moving in, sort of trying to catch the American Hellcats, but again, no Shermans. What a bit of a shame. And we do have one upgrade for the supply, but again, a second one wouldn't hurt either. There we go, the BARs are ready.
Germans are pounding our base.
And there we go, taking parts of the map. Volkskrone is moving pretty close to the American base, actually. Some pretty aggressive. Volkskrone is going, haha, we can take some more, Heinz. Yeah, Helmut. Packs hiding. Awfully clumped up little convention of snipers here. Never considering what a Nebelwerfer or some good artillery could do. Of course, there's no chance of artillery, but there is a chance of Panzerkampfwagen 4. Workhorse of the Panzerwaffen. Pushing forwards. A bit on its own though. I mean, you have to be careful. I mean, in a 1 versus 1 versus a Hellcat, a Panzer IV can actually lose. Or is that a Wolverine? Either way though, do be careful. Riflemen though coming under heavy fire as the Panzer IV moves in, firing 75mm high explosive rounds into this dense body of Americans, of GIs. Yeah, for some reason the Panzer IV can't seem to hit, but it looks like we are seeing anti-tank guns now dropping in. Again, looks like we are seeing a bit more of an adaptation from Urukhaiwontstop versus the Panzer Grenadiers of the 17th SS. Goliath moves in. Oh, gets free. Rifleman even blows up some of the bocage. It looks like we are seeing a 2nd Panzer IV. Will the officer be speeding up production? I mean, he is standing about there. He could be doing it while he is coincidentally there. No, I swear I haven't been at the candy again. I swear. Anyway, second Panzer IV moves in. Panzer IV number 1 comes under fire from the anti-tank, and snipers moving up. Packs moving up. Certainly a bit of a precarious situation.
We are losing ground.
Quite a bit of points being floated there. Hellcat's getting salvaged. German infantry moving up, and there we go. Oh dear, lots of fire. Packs getting cleared out. German infantry moving in.
Our forward supply lines are broken.
Riflemen holding up from here. This building. Oh, building actually getting hammered with pack fire. And looks like the other pack went down. Panzer IV moving. Strafing run stops the German infantry. Main gun destroyed on one Panzer IV. Looks like the one sniper actually bit the dust. Hellcat down. And flamethrowers burning out the riflemen with some assistance from Volksguns and Grenadiers. Goliath moving in. Could be getting the Hellcat. There we go. Anti-tank unwrecked. Sticky bomb on the Panzer IV. This is absolute carnage. Riflemen getting pushed back. Will they survive the retreat? In meanwhile, looks like airborne are getting dropped in. Medics are pulling in the wounded. 3 snipers are still haunting the battlefields. Sniping the medics. Sticky bomb number 2 on the Panzer IV. Airborne already. They could be stealing away the anti-tank and then open up on the Panzer IV. With, although note, the anti-tank gun is actually pretty heavily damaged. One good shot from the Panzer IV and this anti-tank gun and its crew could go kablooey. But no. Rear armor hit, 1 hit more, and the Panzer IV could be history. No, the Panzer IV went up in flames. Meaning the Panzer IV holds the advantage, although it's not exactly an overpowering advantage, and its engine is still damaged. Snipers haunting the battlegrounds, another Panzer IV on the way. And another Goliath. I mean, my goodness, there's been quite a few Goliaths in this game. Quite rare you actually see Goliaths used, and certainly not in these amounts. But clearly IneedCoH2 is not your average Company of Heroes player. Clearly, and clearly his opponent isn't either. Though he's clearly losing, it seems like. At the moment, they'll still get more infantry. Mehr Infanterie. Looks like there might be another hunt for the snipers. Opposite survives. 3 sniper shots. That's the might of the Reich right there. Oh, he didn't survive the 4. Ow. That wasn't very nice, snipers. Get them. MG setting up. Oh dear, this could be it. This could be it. Sniper down. Oh, forced to run right past the MGs, the flamethrowers, everything else. The Panzer IV's even, not even. And there we go. 3 snipers were utterly annihilated. Vengeance has finally been secured. Lieutenant Gottlieb was avenged. And 3 snipers, I'd say, was a pretty damn good vengeance. But that was a pretty huge blow to the American 3rd Infantry Division. It has largely lost all of its steam. They've certainly done a lot of damage to the Germans, but I mean the Germans did more. On a Blanche. Well, I think he's just complaining, in particular considering the sort of huge advantage he had, and then he sort of wasted it away. But there you go. Let's just speed this up a bit, see if anything else happens.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Again, lots of complaints, complaining the bunker won him the game, although it really only came into play sort of later in the game. But complaints, not really exciting to read. Let's just speed that up. Looks like 3 Panzer IVs for the Reich. My apologies. Kampfgras Center go. I imagine we'll be seeing some veterancy for those Panzers. And looks like he's getting snipers again. Yes, he's getting the Ritterkreuz. A bit of quiet. Small skirmishing really. Airborne getting pushed away. Veterancy on the way for the Panzer Force. Veterancy 2.
Veterancy gained.
Okay, Volksgrenadiers, we're back in the fight.
The Yankees are grabbing our territory.
Riflemen moving up again. Lots of snipers. Nothing else, largely. Panzer Force advancing. And looks like some poor riflemen bit the dust right there while we are getting veterancy 3 for the armor. That's going to make the Panzer fleets a bit tough, in particular against anti-armor weapons, like say a recoilless rifle, since the armored skirts do protect quite nicely against those.
The Americans are capturing
And a nice little registered artillery barrage. Snipers didn't lose anything though. Goliath stops the rifleman right in the west. Panzer Force move out en masse. Ooh, very close to getting those snipers. Very close. And discovering the Hellcat, and a tank gun opens up as well on this advancing Panzer Force. And looks like we are going to see a heavy rocket barrage on the anti-tank gun. Airborne getting shot up. The end of the anti-tank gun and largely everything else. Snipers reveal themselves, in fact, quite in the middle of all of this. And looks like the Panzer Force are turning against them alongside the Ritterkreuz. And there we go, the Airborne running in, but they're getting absolutely murdered. Quite a few snipers getting killed in this game. Quite insane, in fact. But this has definitely not been your regular game. Panzer IV immobilized. Hellcat gone, tank depot gone. Another sticky bomb. Damaging the engine, blowing off some of the skirts. Another rocket barrage could be called in. And there we go. And the riflemen run right into this artillery barrage. No, they actually managed to dodge it. Anti-tank gun getting called in. Panzer IV down. And there we go, game over. The 3rd Infantry Division got absolutely murdered despite using a large amount of snipers. And essentially what won this game, what lost this game? I mean, essentially the problem was for Urukhai was he was too keen on those snipers, not entirely sure why. And you know, I mean, snipers can't substitute infantry. They can help him, they can actually really augment their firepower, but I mean, they can't substitute them. That's what he did, and that's probably what lost him the game, because once they got exposed, they couldn't do much. And essentially what IneedCoH2 needed was either, you know, get a counter sniper. In this case, he just rushed them as an infantry. They couldn't kill them fast enough. Of course, the Hellcats couldn't do much either. I mean, he was so focused in one way that he didn't lack anything that could actually stop the infantry in this way and keep them from moving. And that was essentially his problem. He was too heavily sort of invested in one side that he didn't have anything that could actually sort of stand up in a fight. No Shermans, and infantry came much, much, much too late. He definitely should have gotten more earlier on, and he definitely also should have been laying down mines and all sorts of other defenses. On the other hand, I mean, IneedCoH2 came through partly due to the bunker, but of course also partly due to sort of good tactics and good strategy. He won through in the end through that, essentially, and that medic bunker definitely helped, despite all the troops getting killed by snipers. But again, against strafing runs, easy for the medics to pick up, so there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.